Welcome to the Unsleever. In today's video I will be ranking the albums of R&B superstar Alicia Keys. It's been almost 25 years since she captivated us with her debut single, Fallin'. This was a huge hit and set her path towards even higher highs in the following years. And I have to say, I was a bit shocked by my ranking as I thought it would turn out differently. I will also be unboxing the vinyl editions of her albums and listing my favorite songs from each. Let me know in the comments how would you rank her albums and subscribe for more rankings, deep dives, unboxings and more. At number 8 I have to place Here. This is the only album I still don't own on vinyl. I keep postponing or waiting for a really good offer. I never managed to get into it. Perhaps I was really excited about the first single, In Common, which was a fresh sound and one of my favorite songs from her, but then it wasn't even on the album and the direction was completely different. I was a bit deflated by it, and there are even a few moments that I found jarring to listen to. I get that she was going for a raw sound and it is her most political album, but sadly it doesn't work for me. I still enjoy a couple of tracks though, such as She Don't Really Care, One Love, Blended Family and Hollywood. Number 7 is her latest to date, Keys. I think this album has a very interesting concept. It's basically two sides that contain practically the same songs. The first side, Originals, contains the stripped down compositions, while the second side, Unlocked, features those compositions sampled and reworked into full productions. I think a mix of both would create a really solid piece of work. Compositions here are a bit more free-flowing and shapeless, which is interesting but doesn't always work for me. The vinyl edition skips some of the tracks, I guess because it was difficult to jam 90 minutes of music into 2 discs. There is a booklet that is really cool, although paper quality is quite flimsy. The sound is decent, there is a bit of surface noise here and there, but it's well mastered. My favorite tracks are from Originals, Best of Me, Love When You Call My Name and Like Water, and from Unlocked I would pick Nat King Cole, Is It Insane and Come For Me. At number 6, Girl on Fire. I think it has some career highlights, but I find there is a bit of filler in it. It came with a renewed sense of self for Alicia, but I don't think this is fully evident in the music. This vinyl edition was released by Vinyl Me Please and comes with a really cool red emboss on the front, and it's also numbered. There is one double-sided insert and the pressing sounds really good to me, great dynamics, and I didn't notice any distortion. Opening my top 5, I would place Alicia. I feel like this was a return to form after Girl on Fire and Here, with interesting compositions and having a very eclectic mix of genres. It also felt fresh for Alicia, and she introduced a more vibey quality to her music in some of these tracks. However, I think the sequencing could be better as there is a very long section of slow tempo songs after Underdog that really slows down the flow. The songs are good, but the sequencing is a disservice. The vinyl edition is really nice, high quality paper, very colorful design and including inner sleeves and a full-size booklet with lyrics. The sound is decent, although there is some pops and clicks here and there, but I like the mastering of it and I enjoy listening to it on vinyl. My favorite songs are Time Machine, Authors of Forever, Wasted Energy, You Save Me, and Jill Scott. At number 4, and shockingly, As I Am. All these years I considered this my favorite Alicia Keys album, and while it's still a very strong project, I think some of it hasn't aged that well and the lyrics are quite cheesy in parts. However, the highs are very high. This vinyl edition is the original US pressing and it comes with a glossy foil over the cover and inner sleeves. The sound is quite muffled and it has some surface noise. I think this really needs a reissue with a better master. My favorite songs are No One, Like You'll Never See Me Again, I Need You, Where Do We Go From Here, and Tell You Something, Nana's Reprise. At number 3, another album I thought would be higher, The Element of Freedom. Much like As I Am, it has extreme highs, but in my memory it was better as a whole. One thing I noticed after all this time is that the programming of some instruments cheapens the quality of the production. This is sad as I find the compositions really strong. This is the original US pressing that comes with printed inner sleeves and quite flimsy paper, to be honest. The pressing unfortunately sounds quite lifeless to me, and I think this could also do with a remaster. It is quiet and there is no surface noise, but it sounds pretty unexciting. My favorite tracks are Love is Blind, Try Sleeping with a Broken Heart, Unthinkable, Love is My Disease, and the bonus track, not included on the vinyl, Pray for Forgiveness. At number 2, her iconic debut album, Songs in A minor. I think it has aged really well, and after almost 25 years, it contains her true essence as a composer and singer. This is such a beautifully crafted album, and it was a revolution in the music industry, thanks to monster hits like Fallin' and A Woman's Worth. This vinyl edition was released by Vinyl Me Please. It has emboss on the cover and its number as well. I got a really low number, which is cool. There are printed inner sleeves in high quality paper, and the pressing looks absolutely gorgeous. Sadly, it sounds quite lifeless to me, and I think it needs a remaster as well. My favorite tracks are Fallin', Troubles, Jane Doe, Goodbye, and Butterflies. And finally, the album that has stood the test of time the best for me is The Diary of Alicia Keys. This is the album I come back to the most. I love everything about it. And I also love the album cover, perhaps her most iconic and representative of her as an artist. This edition by Vinyl Me Please was released years before the One Big box set. It has a gatefold, printed inner sleeves, and a really cool looking pressing. And I'm happy to say the pressing sounds amazing, very quiet and good dynamics. Overall, a great master. My favorite songs are Heartburn, You Don't Know My Name, If I Ain't Got You, Diary, and Slow Down. That's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, check out my other videos, subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks for watching, see you next time.